Well, all right. Do I have a juicy story for you guys today? Apparently, there's a civil war brewing over there at the Daily Wire, or something's going on. I don't know what's going on. Something's going on. There are smoke signals in the sky, and everyone's talking about it except for the Daily Wire. So let's get into the new developments. We've got another tweet here by Censored Men, and again, I would like to preface this entire video with none of this is actual proof of anything. Once again, this is a tweet by this Twitter account. While they do show a supposed picture of the email, I don't buy it. Like, this could be a legitimate leak. However, I don't think we've seen enough evidence to say it is or not. So, let's get into the tweet that was heard around the world. Candace Owens' Daily Wire email leak. This was the email sent to employees at the Daily Wire informing them of the impromptu town hall Jeremy Boring, CEO, had organized. Employees were told not to bring cell phones to the meeting and that independent contractors would not be allowed to attend. At the end of the town hall, Daily Wire leadership attempted to smear Owens as an anti-Semite in front of their employees to justify her firing. Black bars hide personal details and company positions to prevent doxing. And then over here you can see we have the email, forward, town hall today at 4 p.m. CST. Please note that this is a private employee-only town hall, so please do not bring independent contractors along to the meeting. Also, please leave all cell phones at your desk. No phones will be permitted at the town hall. From redacted. Date Tuesday, March 19th, 2024 at 1:04 p.m. Subject town hall today at 4 p.m. CST. Obviously, the 2 is blacked out. The subject line is all. Please join us for a mandatory town hall at 4 p.m. CST today at 90, probably Studio 90, which is probably Candace's studio. Please make your way over in a timely manner and be sure to be seated by 3:45 p.m. Thank you. But what's even more interesting about this is, check this out. Candace noticed this and retweeted it. And Candace said, I was not aware of this. Maybe me and at Joe Rogan should get together and talk about it while pretending we're not talking about it. I think that's a great idea. I think Candace needs to go and talk with Joe Rogan about this. Not only that, as the video that I reported on yesterday with Matt Walsh in it and how Governor Abbott was signing an executive order to ban certain types of speech on college campuses, well, now the people on Twitter are calling for a debate between Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro to debate their differences between their views on anti-Semitism. So this Twitter user says, if someone hates the Jewish people, they should be allowed to say it without any repercussions. It's time for a Walsh versus Shapiro debate on anti-Semitism. Shapiro has maintained that anti-Semitism is not like other racism, and that conspiracy theories must be included in the extremely broad definition. Walsh rejects and ridicules his anti-free speech position, indirectly targeting Abbott instead. At the Lauren Chen says support for Israel is more important to the Daily Wire than Christianity, and accuses them of blacklisting and smearing people like Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes, anti-Semites, using mafia-type behavior. This is all just a few days after Andrew Klavan announced Candace Owens was fired due to things that she was saying, and we felt very strongly anti-Semitic. With rumors of a secret emergency town hall called by Jeremy Boring this week to brainwash and indoctrinate and intimidate other Daily Wire employees into silence. Michael Knowles refuses to speak on this issue except that Candace is still a friend. And then they showed this video clip of Matt Walsh.
Because in reality, to be anti-Semitic is to hate Jewish people because they are Jews. That's what anti-Semitism is. Everything that is not that is not anti-Semitism. You could say a lot of other things about Jewish people, that you could make a lot of other statements that are incorrect. You could even say things that are offensive. But unless they express that you hate Jewish people for being Jews, they're not anti-Semitic. Just like being racist against a particular race means that you hate the members of that race because they are members of that race. And again, you could say a lot of other things about people of a certain race that maybe are incorrect. You could even engage in stereotypes. You could say you could have misapprehensions. You could have misunderstandings. You could say a lot of things. But unless you're expressing that you hate these people because they're members of that race, it is not racist. Now, I realize this is the narrowest, most limited definition of these terms, and it's also the only coherent and clearly delineated definition. If you expand it beyond these boundaries, you will quickly find that now there are no real boundaries and anything can be included. So, what if somebody says something that is really clearly anti-Semitic? What if they stand up and they say, this would be the clearest version of all, I hate Jews? What if they said that? Well, there's no denying that such a statement is anti-Semitic. There's no denying that likely statements like that have been made on college campuses. Should there be an executive order or law prescribing punishments for such expressions? No, of course not. If a person hates Jews, they should be allowed to say so without any legal repercussions. If they hate black people, if they hate Asians, if they hate gay people, if they hate Christians, if they hate white people, if they hate me, if they hate you, if they hate anyone for any reason, they should be allowed to say it. And they are allowed to say it about some of those groups. They should be allowed to say it about any of them. Because you know what? People can feel how they feel, and they can say how they feel. And if free speech doesn't mean that at least, then it doesn't mean anything. So how should we respond to somebody who says such things? How should we answer a true expression of hate? Well, through speech. Fight speech with speech. Why is that such a difficult concept? On a college campus, we should be teaching students how to communicate their disagreement and disgust and revulsion through speech of their own. They shouldn't need a quote-unquote safe space to retreat to. They shouldn't need the governor to come save them. If they don't like something that somebody has said, they can say so and they can explain why. Now, that's not going to stop the other person from saying it, but that's the way it works in life, or how it should work. You don't get to control what other people think, and you don't get to control what other people say. Unless you're Greg Abbott, apparently, which is why he is today canceled.
So, yeah, that's the current drama that's going on with the Daily Wire crew right now. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and if my videos don't come up in your recommended, YouTube shadow ban me, so that's why.